Alright, so question 13, I'll just go over it again. So we want to find the axis of symmetry and the vertex. Oh yes, right, read the question. So from this equation, we know that A is 1, B is B, and C is C. Alright, so that's not so helpful. So if we're finding the axis of symmetry, remember the axis of symmetry is x equals negative B on 2a, so in this case 2 because a is 1, so there's the axis of symmetry. Remember the vertex is on the axis of symmetry, so we know that value, and if we sub that in to find the y value, we're subbing in negative b on 2 squared plus b lots of negative b on 2's plus c. So here we've got b squared, negative times negative is positive, so b squared on 4, then we've got minus b squared on 2, and plus c. I like common denominators again, so I'm going to double the bottom to make this 4, so I'm going to double the top as well. There we go. So you can see there we've got a b squared minus 2b squared, so that's a negative b squared on 4 plus c, so negative b squared on 4 plus c. Alright, so that gives me the vertex, and of course you can write that in lots of different ways. For example, I think from memory, so if we put a quarter, if we factorize by a quarter, then, so again, common denominator, I need that to be 4, so I'll times that by 4. So you can see that we would have 4c, if I pull out a quarter, minus b squared. So I could also write the y value like that, okay? Up to you. Didn't say to write a certain way, so that's fine. All right, so finding the zeros, we need the quadratic formula. So negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, and a is 1, on 2a, and a is 1. So we get that. So again, we know the axis of symmetry because it's going to be that part. And then we've already got find the zeros, then find the difference between them. All right, so we don't really need to do that. So they're the, or if I wrote the two zeros separately, I would have the, let's do the positive case. So b squared minus 4ac. Oh, we don't want a, so that's just 4c. Okay, so 4c, there we go, on 2. So that's 1, and then the negative case would be negative b, negative square root b squared minus 4c on 2. Alright, so what's the difference between them? Alright, so difference is minus. So if I do it a different way to what I did in class, I can just take 1 and subtract the other one, and that would be the difference. If I take the positive case and then subtract the other case, so I'll just write difference here. Difference equals, so take the positive and find the difference, right, with the negative. So negative b, b squared. And they're both on 2, so I'm just going to put all over 2, common denominator. Alright, so if you think about it, this bit is going to get you a positive b, and we've already got a negative b, so negative b, positive b, so they're going to cancel. And then this bit will get you a positive square root, and we've already got a positive square root, so we're going to get 2 lots of the positive square root on 2. Of course, that'll cancel. So we end up with just the square root of b squared minus 4c. Alright, and then we're told that what condition, so that the difference is 1. Alright, so I'm going to get rid of this. I don't think we need that anymore. We don't even need this. So we know the difference is that thing down there. So the square root of b squared minus 4c, and we want it to equal 1. So again, square both sides, and we get that. And perhaps make c the subject. So I'm going to keep b squared on this side. I'm going to subtract 1 from both sides and put add 4c to both sides. And then I'm going to take that and divide by 4. So I'm going to get c equals that. I mean, really, that's enough. That's a condition. But later on, I'm going to use this, because I'm going to sub in b squared minus 1 on 4 for c. All right, so What do we want to find? Hence show. Alright, so we're interested in the vertices. So we've already got the x value, and the y value is in terms of both b and c. So I just want to get rid of that c and put the b in instead. So let's have a look at that value. So we've got the y value for the vertice being minus b squared on 4 plus c. So minus b squared on 4. This time I'm going to use this c here, which is b squared minus 1 on 4. So you can see that it's all over 4, and we've got a negative b squared plus a b squared. That gets rid of that, and then a negative 1. So our y value is going to be negative 1/4. So you can see any vertice, the y value doesn't depend on b. Doesn't depend on b or c or anything now. So it's always y equals negative 1/4. Yes, the x value will change, so it'll go across, but the y value is always going to be negative 1/4. So if we kind of have a look at this, so this is y equals negative 1/4. So the x value might be here or here or here or here, who knows? So here we could have that one, that one, that one. It's all going to just move across, but with the vertice on that y equals negative 1/4. Okay, hope that helps.